G'day, my name is Blaze, and welcome to another My Thoughts, Our Thoughts, Their Thoughts, Everywhere's Thoughts.
Another my thoughts, their thoughts, everybody's thoughts.
Another thought.
Another thoughts.
Another thought along the thought train.
All the thoughts.
Every thought under the thought sun. Anyway, yeah, we're doing another Thoughts on video, and this time it's going to be on Flock, since we finished that, well, at different times.
Actually, a little while ago. Yeah.
We finished it a little bit ago, and then you finished it.
I finished getting all the creatures.
Yeah, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is 2 days ago or something when this video comes out.
Yeah.
So something like that. Oh yeah, it's all finished for us. I mean, as people probably saw, it literally like broke on us.
It did break.
It wouldn't let us go any further into it. Therefore, we didn't really end the series as such. However, this is kind of a good end, I guess, for the series.
Yeah.
And like, I guess the first thing we could talk about straight off the bat is how it looks.
Yeah.
It looks
It looks
it's
very
fun.
nice.
It's very colourful and bright.
It is.
That's one of the best things about it. It's like it's got lots of like little like what do I call them? Like little vibrant things all around.
Yeah.
Lots of vibrant little areas
got,
and
like,
stuff
really
like that.
bright trees.
Like all the models and stuff are very cartoonish
Creatures are
and
bright.
stylized. It's a very
Even the birds are bright.
it's a very relaxed art style, like relaxing art style.
It is. Which, I mean, it makes sense for what it is.
Yeah, very soft, relaxing art style, and that's fun. I like that. I think I don't know if I can give anything to say what could have been better or worse. I don't know. I
think it's good for what it was.
I don't think the human characters fit in all the time with the art style.
Some of them look a bit derpy.
Yeah, I think that's something. And then I think some of the fish maybe could have gotten a little bit, the fish, whatever they're called, the bird fish things.
Creatures?
Yeah, the creatures. Some of the creatures probably could have had a little bit more detail in some areas. Maybe.
Yeah.
Some of them are very
But
like.
then you also had like ones that were really detailed as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You do like what's the last
Like
big
a salty
one?
skyfish.
Yeah, that's it. It's got a lot of detail, and then like the sprugs that you get for them, like the crystal ones, they're all like crystally and they reflect a little bit differently and all that sort of thing. And then you got some that
Some
are
of
like
them are different colors.
yeah, and then you got
Then
some that are really like
some
solid block
bleeps.
colors and like
Yeah. It's
It's
like,
not
look at
as-
this orange blob.
it's not quite as cohesive as it could be. However, they're not that vastly different that it's like jarring either. It's,
Yeah.
Although it is a nice art style
Exactly.
though. I think it looks really nice.
It is.
Looks really good.
It's nice.
Probably my favorite thing like to look at in the entire game was probably like the big mushroom area.
Yeah.
Or, like,
with all the
the-
crystals underneath.
Yeah, with all the crystals underneath it. I think that works really well, especially with the vibrancy of the colors. Like the glow
Yes.
underneath the
It's very
darker
good.
mushrooms there. That looks nice. I always like that. Yeah, anything else to say on the visuals?
No, I think they were good for the most part, but could be slightly better in some areas.
Yeah. Could be worse than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, gameplay, I guess. It's very unique.
Yeah.
Well, like, what games... there is a game that I'm thinking of straight away saying this. However, what games, like, can you, like, say... Can you list off any games that you think of when it comes to, like, flying on birds around places? There is one in particular.
The only one I could think of is partially Skyward Sword.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword.
I think, despite the fact that you're flying, though, I do think that the controls are probably a little bit too limited in some aspects.
That is... Yeah, actually.
I think being able to control your height would have been a good thing to have. Like that
Yes.
was something that always like there'd be times when like we'd need to meet up in like a spot and like you'd be like 3 meters above me or something.
Yeah. And
Simply
it was
because
just
that's
really
how
weird.
we got to the point. Like if you're coming down a hill, you'll end up above the ground higher when you get to the flat, as opposed to someone who's coming
Yeah,
from the
it's-
flat.
Yeah. And then
There
like
were ways
also there
to like
was
raise up as well, like going up the boosty thingies and all that sort of stuff.
yeah.
Of like, yeah, it's very specific. Like you don't control any of the height yourself; it does it all, which can
But
lead
there
to
are
very
also
fun moments as
times-
well. Like when you're going off like the whirlpool things,
Yeah.
and you go down and flying. However, like
Yeah.
there are some times where it's like I want to go up here or down here. Like sometimes there's like a creature on the ground, and like you get over to it and you're not quite close enough because
That's
you're
what I
too
was
high
gonna
up.
say.
And it's like,
Sometimes you have moments where there's like a creature above you that you really need, but it's like
yeah,
5 meters above you, and it's like I need hello.
No,
Is
maybe
anyone
not
up
like
there?
always direct control of height because I can see what they're going for. However, maybe a button that allows you to like control height as well
Yeah.
separately. Like you press the button and then you can control the height with like the right stick or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
They could have figured something out. Maybe holding down right bumper could raise you a little bit, and holding down left bumper could drop you a bit.
Yeah.
So something simple like that.
Something
Otherwise, though,
simple.
the game controls very fluid.
Game
Like,
controls is pretty smooth, except in my part where my pings just broke. So
yeah, that's just funny. Have like there's parts where you can like chain boosts and all that sort of stuff, and like they were always
Yeah.
pretty good to go. Like you'd simply go near it, and once you see like the white lines around or in it and stuff like that, you press
yeah,
the forward button. What do you
press
call
the
it?
dash button.
The dash forward button, yeah, and then you go flying through it and all that sort of thing. Landing on a perch was always funny. We always had these funny things where like we'd be the wrong way around to each other, even if our camera's the right way sometimes. It's like,
Yeah.
that was always interesting. And then like a lot of the
then-
times I accidentally press. I don't know if this is my fault. I think more than anything, there's a lot of times I accidentally press the button to get off the perch. Well, I didn't.
I did that a few times. Yeah.
a lot. Yeah. Otherwise, though, I think it controls really well.
It actually does control quite well for what it is.
I like the smoothness of like gliding over the areas, and then like when you go over clouds, because like you're not meant to be out there yet, it speeds you up
Yeah.
like something really quickly. Oh
It
gosh.
is speed.
Yeah, I think it would have been more fun though, like as I said, with like the height control and everything, being able to like go through small crevices and stuff
Yeah.
would have been like a fun thing, or maybe having a little bit of extra, like I guess continuing on with the gameplay stuff, having some more like missions. Like,
Yeah,
like
some,
there's
like, actual-
there's all the stuff with the creatures, and you find
Yeah,
the creatures, and then you put them in your thingy, or you can essentially tame them. You can whistle to them.
Charm them. That's what they
Charm,
call.
that's the word I was looking for. You can charm them, and you can have them as part of your pack. However, like once they're as part of your pack,
They don't
Yep.
do anything.
but what do they do? Like,
They
Some-
they just fly with you.
yeah, exactly. Which is fun. It's always fun to have. However, like it would have been neat to have like something that like, or maybe there's stuff around the world that you need a certain one to interact with, or like maybe you need a certain amount for this, like a weighted puzzle or something. Maybe some little extra things to
There is like a slight. It's not necessarily in the same vein, but there is like a slight couple of those things.
do. Yeah. However, like they're not as like prevalent or as
But they're not like
or very in
you
depth
know.
at all. Like
they're not like actual tasks necessarily.
yeah. Well, any task that you do have, it's more on the missions to find like to find the
It's-
is it
it's
the
the people
co-
missions,
Yeah, oh that as well. I have like there's the
the costumes.
when
and
you're trying to
then
find the it's the one that
whistles.
looks like Alien X from Ben 10.
The cosmic one.
Yeah, yeah, that one. When you're trying to find that, like you have to like scan different rocks of goop,
Yeah.
and that's good. Like stuff like that. I have like
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
yeah, more little things that you can do, and like maybe they'd give you the costume pass instead of simply finding them in the hills all
In
the time.
The meadows thing.
Yeah, so more little extra things to do. Anyway, as I was sort of saying though, like with multiple people, like having races would have been fun.
Yeah.
Something to do as well. Or racing against certain fish, like you could set your different creatures up to race each other or something.
That would have been funny.
It'd be hilarious. Oh gosh, yeah, stuff like that. I think that would have been a more fun sort of way to do things. Maybe with the crystal sprugs, could have been like light puzzles, and you have to put like the crystal sprug in front of the light, and it will like shine
Yeah.
shine it in a different way.
And reflect off.
Yeah, it's something different to do. I know the crystal sprugs have a different purpose. Have like
Yeah.
yeah, so some more of that sort of stuff rather than simply like there was points in when we were playing the game where we were like, do we simply go to the next area now? Like,
Yeah.
like what do we do
is this it
now?
here?
Like, yeah, there's a new area, we find what's there, and then we leave. Like, it'd have been
Yeah.
fun to have other things. Like, the areas were nice and varied.
Tell you what.
There's all sorts of different things. I think, was there a snowy area?
There was no snowy area.
No, some snow and desert. Some more
Yeah.
variety in, like, actual biomes. However, there was variety in set pieces on it. Like, you had, like, the swampy
Yeah.
area, which had all the ruined parts. You had, like, the bowls that were up on the hills.
Yeah.
The big bowls. The mushroom areas we spoke about earlier.
Has the mushrooms.
It does. There's a plenty
The
of mushrooms.
forest has the forest bit also has like its own couple of little ruin pieces too.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like a very archaic world. That's just interesting. It's
Yeah.
a funny thing. I like the idea of the world slowly being uncovered as well.
Yes. The cloud
That's-
coverage thing was good.
Yeah. I think that works well, and it's not like an invisible barrier to where you can and can't go and all that sort of thing. It's
No.
like
Yes.
it's part of the story progression on how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that would have been funny. Did you get anything for getting all the creatures?
Nothing except like a special thanks, I think. If I'm
Ah.
right. Hold on, it tells me when I get it.
Yeah, because I think it would have been funny if you could unlock like one last of the big fish.
Get included in the thanks and acknowledgements section of the published guide.
Huh. How's that work?
No idea. That's really it though.
Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping to be like a goldfish or something. A goldfish.
Nah, a goldfish.
Dude, I was thinking like a golden fish, not necessarily a
Yeah,
goldfish.
an actual goldfish.
That would be funny. You get like get a goldfish in like in a little water bowl
Yes.
that follows you around or sits
Oh,
on your head
that'd
or
be
something.
Amazing.
That'd be great. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Or maybe like a gold bird. I don't
Yeah.
know. It would have
would've
been
been
interesting to see more birds as opposed to fish birds
Yeah.
as around as well. It's like the characters are the only ones who have birds, proper birds.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know. That would have been fun to do. I think the sheep mechanic was fun though.
I
always
like
liked
the sheep.
the sheep. It's kind of sad it only caps out at 5.
Yeah.
I like all the different names though.
Get
Uh,
to name them.
Yeah,
They
you
have
can
all
name them.
different
You can name a lot of
designs.
things.
Yeah.
It is kind of upsetting that you can't name the fish though, the creatures. Like for the
Yeah,
most
it
part.
is a bit weird.
You can do it the bigger ones.
Yeah.
However, like you can't name you can't name all the little guys. Don't know. I think it'd be funny
Yeah.
to do that. And then there was some like I assume that doing stuff with the feeders made things a little bit easier.
It did and it didn't.
No,
So I had a fair amount left to get, right?
yeah.
And so like about half of those I was able to get with the feeder. And then the other half either had specific requirements or ones that were like sitting in the ground somewhere.
Always. Hiding.
Like in the swamp,
yeah.
there was 3 there we didn't get
Really?
just because we didn't look at the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have to like scan it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's just say all I ever saw in the swamp were beetles and worms.
Yeah.
and
Yep. So you know
sprugs.
like those little reeds that were in the swamp
Yeah.
area? There's one in there. The
How
little
are we meant to
rustic in
know
there.
that?
Yeah, exactly. I had to look up a guide to figure out the rest of them that I didn't get it from a feeder.
Yeah.
So the feeders did make things easier, and the feeders refilled. You're able to refill them quite quickly.
Oh,
But then
okay.
yeah, you had ones in the ground that you had to observe, and then there were two in particular, and it was the skyfish one that's like the long one with the tail.
Yeah.
Then it's like it's kind of like an axolotl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To get the female version of that one,
Oh.
you have to follow it.
Oh.
You have to follow the male one, and it'll take you to a female one.
That's interesting. I like that.
It's cool.
Again, how do you meant to know that you can do
Exactly. How you meant to know without a guide?
that? Yeah, exactly.
And then the last one I got was there's a winnow, right?
Oh, we know.
That
yeah.
has like the same distinction. There's a male one and there's a female one.
Yeah.
And you know that bowl thing that we ended up in once, where our like winnows
yeah.
that we had just kind of sat there and stayed there.
Yep.
And they were like, "Oh, let's just leave these here."
Yeah.
Yeah. So that bowl, you have to have, I don't know if it's exactly, but it's around 15 of them.
Oh my gosh.
You have to put that many into that bowl for the female one to come out.
How are you? Again, how are
And
you
it
meant
was
to
the last
know?
one I got, and I was like, how was I supposed to know this?
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh. Yeah, it's a little bit cryptic. Maybe some better signposting would work as
So
well.
yeah, I feel like if it might have been a bit better if there was something to go off.
Yeah. Maybe the
otherwise,
researchers that are scattered around should say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Possibly. Other than being like, go collect 3 of the most basic, boring bills you can. Go.
Yeah.
Do
exactly.
it. Oh my gosh. Otherwise though, good game.
Yeah.
Anything else to go on about before ending this up?
Not really.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Well, that's all right then. Yeah, it was a fun game overall.
Game.
It wasn't one we were originally expecting to play either. Like
No, it kind of came out of nowhere.
yeah, it was a fun little game to play. We knew it
Could have
wasn't
been
going
a
to be like
little bit.
the most
less
viral
vague.
game ever.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
could have been a little bit less vague in its stuff, but other than that, like.
And the connection issues could be fixed.
Oh, yeah, that.
That was our biggest
That.
problem the entire time, was we had a
Getting
lot
to
of
connect.
connection issues. Like,
One of the primary issues we had was that you had to like completely shut off your Xbox.
yeah, I had to completely restart the Xbox simply for us to connect. It's like, and even then, that only worked
That didn't work all the
85%
time.
of the time. Like,
Yeah,
except for the
Yeah, it
last
was
lot
like,
of times,
oh,
it
okay.
simply stopped working. Like nothing
yeah,
worked
that's
in the
when it
end.
just
was like,
didn't
no.
work. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, the
Though it
connection
is
issues
nice-
were a bit funny.
The other thing I would
Especially
say
because
is that
like
it
we're
is
putting in like room codes and stuff like that. You'd think it'd be a fairly easy way to get in
Yeah.
and out.
exactly.
Yeah,
The
anyway.
saves, like if you have started a save in a multiplayer, it does carry over
Oh, okay, that's good.
single player,
Yeah,
which
I
is
thought it
very
would.
nice. I thought it would as well, but
Yeah.
it's just nice to have there.
Oh, that's good then. Okay. Oh, yeah, no more?
No more, I don't think.
That's all good.
That's it.
Anyway, yeah, that was our thoughts on Flock. We will sort of try to keep up with these every time we finish a series because it's always fun to do that. It's like a good bookend. I like doing it.
Exactly.
It's fun.
It's a
Anyway,
little,
sorry.
it's a little end
Yeah,
thing.
sort of ends
half
off what we're up
blurb.
to. Yeah, anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and we shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.